Wow, he started on one. That's raising. Hey, welcome to the Core Meltdown. I'm Gahdric,
And I'm Leg.
and that was the intro that started on time. It never starts on time. I
Hey
was waiting
now.
for you to
I was
not
trying to
start
be
it.
nice for once.
Yes, but that's not in your character.
Okay, I have like one good deed a month, and then it's just pure
That was
chaos.
it. That
That
was
was
it.
it. Yeah. So for the whole month, everybody's fucked. I mean, they're already fucked because it's a bad month for me.
But I mean, like, all I'm saying is, like, on Call of Duty, just not get the kill, not steal my kill. I would take that over
Oh no,
you
I'm
starting a video.
absolutely stealing everything.
Whatever. All right, cool. So this week on the show, we decided to go with the album of the year for us, and like we always say, we are right and you are wrong. So it's the album of the year for everyone.
Right. I mean, there's
Got
no
it?
debate about that.
Zero debate. You guys are gonna love the prog core.
I think they're gonna. It depends. If they know most of these bands, they'll be like, they may or may not be okay with it, but the rest of it, they're probably like, the fuck?
And all honesty, man, give me some fucking suggestions. I'll be happy with that shit. But
Yeah, for real. Because
whatever.
there's a few I was like, where the fuck are we going with this?
So we broke this down mostly into the genres we've covered. Now, if your genres outside of that, you're wrong right now, but you'll be right later whenever we actually cover that, because right now it doesn't exist because
But
you're
will
wrong.
probably have a wrong opinion. We'll probably pick a better band, so they're still wrong.
Well, they could probably pick a better band, and I'll go, man, I'm glad I thought of this band. And it'll be mine. So that's how that works.
It'll be our idea. They'll just think they had it.
Yeah. All right, so first genre we're going to start with is metalcore, and I figure what we do is name a bunch of shit, name a bunch of bands that came out with albums and stuff like that. We're not going to go into much detail. If we do that, it's going to take forever, and then we'll name who we think won at the end. Sound good?
I mean, that works. I won't lie. For metalcore, I only wrote 3, so I can't remember what else we had on that list.
Okay. Well, I'll just say While She Sleeps had a decent album. What 156 Silence and Wage War.
Personally, I thought 156 Silence should get it, but I get it. It's okay.
Personally, I mean, this is just me. They had one, maybe two good songs on the whole album, and to me, that's not enough.
No.
Did you?
Yeah.
On the camera?
Yeah.
Right on the fucking screen?
Oh yeah.
Just going like that? Okay. Cool. Also, Phone Reverse did come out with Popular Monster this year, but it's like 6 of the songs came out
years
before
ago.
This year.
Right?
Huh?
Like they've been kind of scattering them through the last few years.
I think Popular Monster came out 2018, 19, I think. And now the album is finally out.
Yeah. Well, because didn't you mention that before where like he finally decided that they were going to put a whole album out for it instead of leaving it out there?
Well, I didn't think I did it on the podcast, but I know I've said it before in general. I know you're not a big fan of Ronnie and everything, but I mean, I am. I don't care.
Falling in Reverse does nothing for me either. I'd rather get cracked in the head with a hammer. Yeah.
They span so many different genres. How the fuck do you not like anything? Oh, we talked about this. We did talk about this and your pick of genres and where your lines.
How my lines just don't have any real lines.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all in all, in my opinion, they have like 9 songs on there I like, but because those songs came out before this year, I'm not putting that on my top for the album of the year. Not to say they're bad, and whatever.
I mean, that's fair.
And
there were a lot of bands that put EPs out that we were like so close.
I know.
I know we had Before I Turn on that list.
No.
Yeah.
Metalcore. Before I Turn, not metalcore.
What are they?
We talked about this, bro.
I wrote them under the metalcore list.
We made up a whole genre.
Did we really put them in Cruxcore?
Fuck yeah. They're way harder than fucking Woe Is Me and Attack Attack.
I don't know, man.
Oh, you're fucking... You're on drugs again. You're snorting the white out. It's not good. What were the bands that you had written down?
156 Silence.
You really worked hard on that list, bro.
Metalcore was such a bitch for me because, like I said, there was a bunch of EPs.
There's a
There's a
lot of
few bands
EPs.
that put albums out, but I'm not big enough fan to call them album of the year.
So
And
we
then
both
it was just a
we
struggle after that.
we
Like,
both wanted Memphis May Fire, but we found out it was an EP and not an album, and that was our criteria. If the band said it was an album, it was an album, even if
right.
it only had 8 songs, And I think Memphis May Fire had 6 or 7 songs, but 2 of them repeated, and it was an EP, so we didn't go with that. Do you want to say who we did pick?
We decided to go with Imminence.
And anyone who don't like them can suck it.
I'm going to say they are like, they're so interesting. I think that violin really just makes that whole band so unique. I know other bands use it, but they utilize it in such an interesting way.
Gotcha. And we
Um,
wanted to play a song from too, right?
yes, we have Call of the Void off the album they just released called The Black.
Yeah.
It just starts. Do you think they're raging?
This is the end of everything. I watch my world burn. This leads out of death's lace. It's the call of the void.
God damn, that song hits
It's fucking
hard.
it hits good. Good.
I love that new
Uh
album though. Like, there's just something about it that just makes
yeah,
you want to do shit.
there was it makes me want to get up and go to work, but then when I get to work I don't want to work.
Exactly.
But yes, but they had like 3 or 4 songs on there that were really good. One thing that me and Leg talked about before, and maybe it's a difference in age, is that like when I was growing up, we had the CDs and we pop a CD in, and then you listen to the whole album personally because you're not gonna pull it out and listen to one song, pull it out, and listen to another
Right.
song, blah blah. So the odds of me listening to a whole album start to finish is hard. I usually go with what pops up on my playlist, and it just so happened 4 of their songs popped up, and they're all on a list. So I'm like, to me, that's a good album. You got 4 or 10 songs. That's decent for me. But
Whereas, even though when I was growing up, CDs and Walkmans were still a normal thing, they were.
Walkmans,
Or
stop,
not Walkmans, the fucking whatever the CD player ones were. I did have a Walkman though. Yeah,
stop.
I'm serious. My dad gave it to me.
How do you record on a tape?
Huh?
How do you record on a tape?
With the record button. It's been a long time. You know what? Fuck you. Either way, I had a CD player. I had. Yes, I
You
know.
you put tape over the hole. You
I,
didn't know that. You're just,
you know what? Eat 2 of them.
okay.
But I had CDs, and so like I think one of those things is I loved listening to a whole CD over and
Mm,
over, so that way I can get a feel for how that album is. And then, like, obviously back in the day, I wasn't like other people. I wanted to know the name of the album, the track number,
yeah.
what song was what, all that stuff. So like,
Well, yeah, we were the same way. Same. You wanted to know the album. You're like, oh, track 5, it's this. Yeah.
right. So like, it's so ingrained in me that when a band puts out a whole album, even though they release singles all the time, I'm like, well, once that album comes out, I'm going to listen to it from start to finish. And I'm going to do that 3, 4, 5 times in that first
Yeah.
day, just so that way I can sit on it and be like, well, I like this song to this song, and then yada, yada. So, like, even though I do skip around, I'm still like, whole album first, then I'll do the rest.
It's probably a better way to do it, in my opinion, to do it like that. I just don't find myself doing it very often. That's all.
It's
But
a weird habit I've kept. I like
yeah.
it though.
Our next genre was a little bit difficult. It was the new metalcore, and personally, we only had 2 bands that we could come up with, and I'll say the first, and you can throw out the other one.
Yeah, that's
Alpha
fine.
Wolf came out with an album called Half Living Things. It was decent. It wasn't like amazing, but it wasn't bad by any means. It was good, but album of the year wasn't for me.
No, and I think I only liked half that album personally.
Well, seeing them live fucking blew my mind. I'm not gonna lie. You know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they put a great show on. But album of the year, I'm not sure I'd say that per se, but it was definitely good for sure. And
Right.
you know,
And then so excuse me. I decided to go with Throne, Excessive Guilt,
okay.
because I think, like you said, new metalcore was such a hard one to pick any albums on. But I don't know. There's just something about Throne that always keeps coming up for me, and I'm like, they're number one for me in new metalcore. They will be until they put a bad song, and I just
Well,
don't think they're ever going to hit that mark.
I know like 1056 did not put a new album out. They had singles, and then Amir hasn't come out with anything new. Attila had a couple singles, but nothing else really. No one else had an album.
Quick question. I tried to listen to one of the new Attila songs. It sounds worse than their other stuff.
Okay, all right, hold on. There's a cusp. There's a
Okay.
cusp. Okay,
Okay.
and the cusp is like a year ago, and then now it's hit or miss.
Okay. Because there's one,
So
it's like,
what the dead probably, or I think it's like
no, it's like Dog Days or some shit.
Dog Days. Yeah.
I was like, oh, he likes this band?
Yeah. Okay. So
I think it was
we
a
can all
bad
agree.
song.
Okay, "Bite Your Tongue" was the last song I liked by them,
Okay.
and that came out in 2023.
Oof.
I didn't even hear "Wasteland" yet. That's a new song, but yeah, it's Dogpack was not it. Yeah, Attila and Snake. Nope, I
So
couldn't get
like,
into it.
I'll give him credit. He's got some really good talent with his vocals, but I was just like,
He does.
what is going on with his direction in this song? Like, I tried genuinely.
I mean, I'm just because I don't like one song. I don't like the band per se, but like for me personally, their sound did change. They're doing a lot more chorus and stuff, which I'm not a big fan of. Even though I did see them live and I did sing, I don't give a shit. But I love their old shit, love it. But their new stuff, it hasn't quite hit the chord yet. But I don't think that it's like they're done. I just don't think they've released a song that's like hit with me yet.
Right.
That's
I
all.
think they're just in their rough patch. Bands go
Maybe.
through it, and I don't know. There just seems to be a lot of shit going on with people, and I think they're distracted.
Okay.
But we are playing Throne. We're going to do
Yes.
probably one of their most popular songs is On the Verge. Great song, but get smacked.
I tried to come to terms with my mind.
He does not look what I thought he was going to look like.
After night, feeling down, trying to get right. I can't believe what my life has become, and I can't sleep, barely breathing to get out. To clear my mind, I learned the street lights. It's far too much, cause I try to walk it off. This is tomorrow's a new day.
Oh, I could
You
listen to that
can
all day.
definitely hear the new metal in it too, and I love it.
I know, it's just there, and you're just like, yeah. I need more.
I don't blame you. Our next one was prodcore, progressive metalcore, whatever. We had a tough time with that. All the bands that we liked that fall into this genre didn't have any new albums. Buried Alive didn't, Born of Osiris didn't, so Era won that one, but they won it running unopposed.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna play anything from The Cure, but it was a decent album. But they had no competition, in my opinion, and in Leg's opinion too.
They didn't have any competition, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad because I didn't like half of it because it just didn't feel like Era. So it's almost sad to give it the title, but we have to give somebody the title.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah. We'll move on to the next one.
Moving right along to that new genre that we come up with. What was it called? Cruxcore, motherfucker. That is the not quite. You're too hard for metalcore, but you're not deathcore. So we're gonna put you in the crux of it.
The crux of it. I
That's
like
what I'm
that
going
sound.
with. Yeah.
Oh.
So Before I Turned had an album called The Devil Exists. It was very good. Did you want to name the other one? You didn't have that. Okay. All right.
I did.
Knocked Loose had an album called You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to, and that wasn't bad. It was a good album. We pre-planned it. Like, we wrote it down.
The problem is that I was so distracted when we were doing that one. We were doing research for the other ones that I was like, I don't remember who we mentioned for that one.
Okay.
But also, like, Knocked Loose is really tough for me because I want to like them, but half the time it's just, and he's cool about it, I can't get into his vocals. I can't. Like, they're just a little too high for me.
Did you see the Jimmy Kimmel thing?
I did. I had to. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it.
I didn't watch it live. I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. But then did you hear about a bunch of parents asking for an apology?
Yeah.
Did you
people went absolutely mental after that.
I know. Someone said they were watching it with their adolescent kid. And I'm like, why is your kid up that late?
Yeah.
No problem. Whatever. Hey, that's cool. But then they posted a response to it, and they're basically like, you don't like it? Good. But right. They were happy to be there, and that's like a big thing for them. And I'm excited.
I mean, it shows that our music can get into hard to reach places, and that was something that I liked. He mentioned that when he was walking with one of his bandmates through the tunnel, where he was like, "We've made it to a spot that almost no one else has, and that's incredible." And like, I give them credit; they're pushing the genre boundaries so well. And it's funny because it's one of those bands where you're like, of all bands with all vocals, it's you.
The last time I remember that was fucking Slipknot playing on fucking Conan, which I didn't watch live, but I heard about it like after it happened. And I've watched videos of it since then, and I remember when it happened.
But I did not know that had happened.
Yeah, I think it was their second album, or first or second album Slipknot played on Conan. Yeah.
Jesus,
pretty awesome.
I didn't know the metal music had been up there before.
But that's the difference, though. We're talking about Slipknot in their prime, so 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Knocked Loose is a whole nother beast.
Yeah, really. We for the album of the year for us. You want to say it? Let me do it.
We chose Alt
because fucking Alt's Alt.
Oh, they're so good, and I'm so glad that I've been just beating you over the head with their name long enough to finally get you to agree.
Yeah. Their new album is called From the New World. I think I liked 4 or 5 songs off of there, but overall I listened to it more tonight, and I was like, dude, this album is awesome. I definitely recommend it for anyone and everyone.
I mean, they're right up there with me where I'm just like, I'm going to beat everybody I know who doesn't know this band over the head with them because they're smaller than I expect them to be for as good as they are. And I'm just
I have an idea.
Keep going. What?
You ever play Wiffle Ball? Right? Get that big fat orange bat and write Alt on it and just boom, just keep going.
Just walk around the fucking parking lots of places banging people on the head with it.
It'll make that great sound when you hit someone in the head with it. It'll look like it hurt, but it won't hurt as much. You know, just keep going with it.
I feel like if you hit them just right, you can make that shit.
Well, you can't hit them on the corner because then your mom gets mad at you.
That's fair.
All right, we're going with Memory. Oh, wait. Is that Memory of the Light? Yeah, that's the song.
Memory of Light, yeah.
Yeah, Memory of Light. Yeah.
This is the final battle before I enter the eternal dark. To the back of my skull.
Oh, fuck, man. man.
all around, like my brain was just like, "Where's it going now?"
I
And it
know.
went there.
It's just it melts me every time.
Yeah.
That shit's so good.
The next genre is electronic-core, and what's funny is we have our number one, right? Electric Hallway didn't put anything new out, and then we were searching through in our deathcore stuff, and somehow with the arrows, they point you to new bands and shit. It said Void of Vision, and I'm like, is this deathcore? And we listened to that, basically the whole fucking new album, which is really good. It's called What I'll Leave Behind, and we decided that's fucking electronic-core.
With a little industrial.
With a little industrial for sure. But dude, that album is really good, and my brain's mad that I haven't heard of or haven't listened to him that much, honestly.
I am pissed because I've heard the name thrown around and I feel like I should have known that band.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started listening to it and I'm like, except for that one song. I hate that one song.
Yeah, the one song on there, it was okay, but it wasn't great. But
it was painful.
Like every other song on there, it was like very electronic, a little bit industrial, and then fucking metalcore in your face, screaming and not screaming.
Yeah, it was really great. And then of course, the one who took the crown, who deserves the crown, is the Browning.
Fucking the Browning. I got my tickets finally. I finally got my fucking tickets. All right, the name of the album is Omni, and we decided to go with Omni, actually, the song.
Yes, and they have The Defect, which, side note, real fast, I decided to try that band, The Defect.
Okay.
They're worth a listen, man.
Okay.
Like, they're up there with electronic core that we like, but she's got some nice vocals. Like, I'm real for it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She's the front for that one. And like, there's some songs you're like, but when you get through a lot of their stuff, you're like, okay, this is actually some really good shit.
Okay.
So, Omni. Oh, it's so good.
That fucking hardcore team in there, man. Oh, I can't wait.
Dude, I can't wait to see him again.
I can't wait to see him in general, but like, that dude is hilarious. I've shown so many people his videos of like fucking hitting that mannequin with the Call of Duty X or a hit marker and shit. It's fucking perfect.
He's funny. I love his dreads too when he's just playing on stage and they're just flailing around and you're like,
yeah,
that shit's gotta hurt, right? Getting smacked in the face all the time with it.
I imagine when you're fucking in it, you don't give a shit.
Probably not. Most of those dudes don't, do they?
Yeah. The next genre and our final one for album of the year is deathcore, and this one, and I think both of our opinions, was harder because there was so much shit, and it really showed when we made our list what we primarily listened to, because there's like we put like 10 albums on here.
I was gonna say, I don't know about you because I know you put more bands, but I definitely put 5 or 6 on here. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
All right, so again, name yours, then I'll name mine, then we'll drop the winner.
Okay, so I have Boundaries did Death is Little More. Boundaries, great band. They need more love. I've seen them multiple times. Amazing. Enterprise Earth, Death and Anthology. I can't wait because I've been talking to Travis in my local venue, and he's talking about he's got a side project called The Willow, very deathcore. They're coming. They're going to be great. And then he's dropping a new album next year with Enterprise.
Nice.
Awaken Providence. I wrote to you, my darling decay.
I write to you.
I write to you. Because
you fucked it up.
Well, how did I fuck it up?
I write to you.
That's what I said.
You said I wrote to you.
Oh, my bad.
Everybody heard it.
That's fine. It's not as bad as your fuck up. Forever lives on the internet. So good luck.
Well, sorry, you're coming up later, so
that's fine. I really like them. I saw them live not too long ago, and the album is just It's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. For a deathcore album, it's up there with like that Lorna Shore-esque, like gives you the feels.
Yeah, I get that.
And then
And
my
then,
final one, because I'm gonna let you do yours. It's
well,
Distant.
before you say it,
What?
well, you can say the name of the band.
Distant.
And we both agreed, although the album was great, fucking amazing, it just came out not even a month ago. So we didn't put it on the album of the year because it just came out.
Which sucks because I really wanted them to win it because I've been listening
Yeah.
to it nonstop. The God,
What's the name of the album, bud?
It's Suku Yomi, I think is how you say that. The origin.
There's a T in there.
Huh?
Put the T in it.
The T's are silent in Japanese if it's followed by an S.
Put
And
the
I
T
only
in it.
know that because I'm a weeb and I know this shit.
Do me a favor.
What?
Put the T in it.
You can't.
Do it anyway.
Tasakumi.
Sound it out with your fucking brain. Fucking
I was
Tsukumi. The origins, yeah.
the origin, yeah. And in Japanese, that's a moon god. So the origin makes sense. And when you get through the like nitty gritty of what they're actually thinking about, it is actually more deep meaning than I would give a deathcore band for some days.
I get that. For mine, I did Fit for an Autopsy had the Nothing That Is. I liked it. It was good, but not album of the year, but it was definitely good.
Still can't get into them. But such a cool name. Such a cool fucking album name.
We're saying it. I don't care. We're saying it.
What?
His line for what he likes and doesn't like is like a guy with Parkinson's trying to give you fucking sign language. If it gets canceled, I'm fucking sorry. It's like here, and then it goes here, and then he likes this band but doesn't like this band, but then it cuts all the way the fuck over here to this fucking weird fucking pop, or not poppy, what's the Japanese band I don't like that you like?
Which one?
The big one.
Baby Metal.
Baby Metal, yeah. It's like, oh, I love Lorna Shore, hate Slaughter to Prevail. Oh, I love Enterprise Earth, hate Fit for an Autopsy. Oh, but what I do, on the other hand, like Baby Metal, though. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know what you want from me, man.
And Scene Queen.
They're okay. They're not amazing, but I will listen to them occasionally.
Yeah. Immortal Disfigurement, you don't like them.
Hold on. That's not true. I don't mind them. They're just a little too blast beady for me, I guess. But also, I have an issue with CJ. He's fucked up so many bands. I want him to go away.
I'm saying the music only, but yeah. And then same thing. Worm Shepherd had a new album out. I forgot to write them down. I just want to mention that. But Worm Shepherd's hit. It's like one song is fucking great and another song is okay, and then, but it's not consistent with me. Left to Suffer, Leap of Death I think was really good, but it wasn't enough. And then To the Grave, Everyone's a Murderer was really good. And then the one we chose not to go with, but it was a hard one, was Oceano with Living Chaos. That was really good.
Oh God, it was. And when it's live, it's even better.
Yeah, I can't speak on that. I don't think I've ever seen Oceano, actually.
Really? I'm kind of surprised by that.
Nope, I haven't.
It's definitely a show worth watching. If you can get them next year. If you can't get them next year, you're fucked.
That very true. Now the next band I have seen, and that's
I'm going
our
to
album of the year. I actually talked to him and got a picture with him.
Well, I'm going to pitch our podcast to him.
Well, that's not fucking fair.
And he's local. He's from Charlotte.
I know he's from there. We talked about it. We had a whole discussion.
I know. I'm just saying. I could be like, hey, here I am.
So, for anyone who ever liked Biggie, imagine if he was in a deathcore band. That's exactly it.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. That's so accurate.
I remember I walked in and I was like, listening to the song. I was like, I like this song. Who is this? And I was like, is that Biggie on fucking stage? God damn. Well, he's shorter. Holy shit, it's Phil. oh my god, and it was just like that because they weren't on the venue name for when I went and go see them. So, but yeah, the band's Filth.
Filth.
Yes.
And what's the album?
The album is called Southern Hospitality.
I have it as Southern Hostility. Did we write it wrong? Who's wrong and who's right? I believe I'm right this time.
I believe that I'm always right. So
I think one of their songs is called Southern Hospitality, but I think the album is Hostility.
You are right.
Woo!
And I am wrong.
Woo!
Hostility.
I was right.
You know, it probably was spell check.
Oh, don't even. That's a bit of a stretch.
What? I was swirl texting hospitality.
Oh, see, you do that gay swirl text.
How's that? That's not gay.
Oh, let me twiddle my fingers.
What do you have, an iPhone? You text with both your thumbs?
God, no, I hate Apple.
Yeah. Play this song, man. People they hear you complain about shit.
Neither are they here. You know what? Don't even.
So when I walk him down to his last day, to his last
Sounds like Metal Biggie. I can't see that.
Set in my ways, good as the name. Ride with the gang, we don't fuck with lame. All that I do for the gang. When you speak on me, get out of my lane. Set in my ways, good as the name. Ride with the gang, we don't fuck with lanes. And all that I do for the gang. Yes, yes, yes. You get what you get.
I'm not gonna lie. That vocal, I want to hear him do Disrespect Your Surroundings in that vocal. I think it would be perfect.
All right. Well, when you go and talk to him, mention that to him and be like, hey, man, we're on the podcast and we were talking about, hey, you should do Disrespect Your Surroundings in your voice, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just
in that particular instance where he did that, oh, man, I love that vocal, though.
Yeah.
Gives me goosebumps every time.
So that is our review of the year. We got metalcore. We got Eminence the Black. New metalcore. We have Throne, Excessive Guilt. Progcore was Era the Cure, who ran unopposed. We have to keep mentioning that. Sorry. Nothing against Era personally, but you didn't have a lot of competition here.
No, and we do love Era.
We do love Era. Not putting you down at all. I'm just saying there wasn't a lot of competition for your album of the year. Cruxcore, because it's a real genre, and if we all say it, we'll all believe it. We have all from the New World. Electronic core, we have the Browning Omni, and for deathcore, album of the year is going to Filth, Southern Hostility.
Yeah, there's no autocorrect there.
Shut the fuck up. Right? Shut the fuck up. You don't know nothing.
That was good. Do you have a song of the week you want to mention?
Yeah, I did. What's on my...
I just realized I didn't pick mine.
My song of the week is Classic Jack and Taylor Barber did a song called "It Sucks to Suck," and when you mix their two vocals together, it's really good. I recommend that to people. So, yeah, what do you got?
I need to make sure. Yes, okay. So I found this new band. They're called The Measure. I like this song called Daydreamer. It's off a new album they just put out actually this year.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wonder
we did want to throw out also for
who?
What the fuck? For new metalcore, Ocean Grove. They are new metal. We didn't mention them before, and they had a new album out too. But just it didn't hit the album of the year. Wasn't there another band that we wanted to say something about?
Era running unopposed.
No, it was it was like man, we forgot to talk about this band, and maybe it was Void of Vision. We wish we had talked about, but we didn't.
Yeah, because we were saying we should have known about them when we did the electronic core, and now we fucked up because they could fit it perfectly. And I think it's a female vocalist, is it not?
No, I don't think so. From the picture, it didn't look like it.
The picture didn't, but the vocalist kind of sounded female.
Yeah, but we can all agree that sometimes they sound female and they're not.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I just didn't know.
It sounds like you're disagreeing, and you shouldn't.
It's unbecoming of what you're doing.
Don't you? That's my word I got from my mother. You get out of here with that shit.
Look,
It
you
is
say it to me
unbecoming.
so much.
I say
that-
it all the time. You'll be
especially
like,
when we're
"Hey, I
playing games
died."
together.
You'd be like, I just fucking died. This guy threw a grenade across the fucking building and hit me in the face, and I died. And I'm like, that's unbecoming.
Yeah.
We can't fucking win if you're dying. Get better. Yeah. Got
Even
that
though
from
I'm
my
usually
mom.
carrying your
Thanks.
ass.
Oh, what the? Not always. Okay.
I'm
I
not
would say
saying
a lot.
always. I said mostly.
Yes. Stop. All right.
Stop.
I want to say for everyone in the fucking Delaware, Maryland, Jersey area, Make Them Suffer just announced a tour with Aviana, I think, and that's gonna be a good show. I think that's March 2nd ish, March timeframe. So anyone who wants to see that. I had to mention it because I'm excited to see him and I'm going. And if they make me work, I'm gonna call out.
I mean,
because
that's the
I'm
only
gonna
way to
be
do
that.
it.
I'll be that guy. I'm not missing them twice. Okay. Oh, it's Make Them Suffer, like Moss to Flames, Wind Waker, and Aviana. So that'll be a really good show.
3 out of the 4 bands are good.
Yeah, and that's March 2nd in Philly, and then I think they're doing one in Baltimore too, right around that time. So, yeah, if you're in Baltimore, Philly area, there you go. Oh, Baltimore is March 4th, so it'll be Tuesday. I'm not doing that again.
I think they miss me. I think they totally ignore North Carolina. I'm like, fuck.
Let's see, Pennsylvania, Virginia. No, you're a liar, and it's in Charlotte on March 7th.
Oh shit! Then I'm gonna go. I must have had it wrong with a different one.
That again, it's unbecoming of you to be wrong. They will be in Richmond, though. I don't know how close you are to Richmond.
I would much rather gouge my eyes out than try to drive to Richmond.
I believe that. I would drive to the Norva, but I won't go to Richmond again.
I won't go into Virginia.
Okay. Whatever.
There's a lot of past and issues that are still in that Norva area. So I'll just go to Charlotte.
Okay.
Charlotte's 45 minutes. I got it.
I was saying, hey, man, we can hang out. But now you're like, fuck that. I got drama over there. I'm like, oh, God.
I mean, okay, cool. Baby mama drama is real.
It is real.
Especially when she's that close.
She's kind of fucking, rah! Hey, I'm like, she's looking at you. Don't turn around.
She won't say a fucking thing to me. Feel the daggers digging through my fucking spine.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the show this week. It feels like it was a really quick show. I don't know if it was.
I don't know. It was probably like our usual length.
Maybe. It felt like it was shorter, though, but whatever. That's about it. Oh, man, my Duolingo is going to go. God damn it. I'm going to miss it.
Well, let's get off now.
Stop. Make it stop. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Damn it. I'm still on air. He left me on air.